Morning, everybody. It's Theresa. I hope you are doing well today and that you are finding yourself motivated and inspired and really sticking to your plan to be a better, healthier, happier you in this new year. Today, I'm going to talk about one of my least favorite words, ranking right up there with full price and I can't do it. I'm going to talk about exercise. I've received a lot of emails and a lot of questions about this topic, and you're going to find it really probably hard to believe. Um, and it's an area that I definitely need improvement in, but I absolutely, positively hate exercise. Always have. I'm hoping that I don't always hate it, but right now, I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. So you might be sitting there thinking, how on earth could she have lost 275 pounds and not like exercise? Well, I don't. It's a reality. I don't like it. What I do like is activity and life. And so we all know the basic principles. In order to lose weight, you have to burn more calories than you take in. That's a given. We all know that exercise or activity is critical to one's health and well being. We all know the benefits of it, the endorphins, the physical cardio workout, the health benefits. We also know that exercise burns calories. I know that, but I still don't like it. I don't like to sweat. I don't like to put on sweat clothes. I don't like to have heavy breathing and gasping for air, but I do like to live life. When I first started this journey, I was in a wheelchair or a walker. I couldn't stand up long enough to even brush my teeth or to wash dishes. And so for the first year or so of this journey, exercise was completely out of the question. Um, it never really was a part of my life, even before. As the fat kid in school, I hated gym class. As a person who developed asthma in her teen years, anything that raised my heart rate, any type of physical activity caused me to have difficulty breathing. Exercise never was a part of my life. Being active, however, is a different story. And so for the first part of the journey, it was physically impossible for me to even walk, let alone do any kind of cardio or any kind of exercise. What I could do, however, and several months into the journey, is I could lift weights. And I don't consider that to be exercise, although it really is in some form exercise. And so even up to this day, sitting in my lazy boy, or by the lazy boy, I have a set of weights, various sizes that are sitting on the floor between the lazy boy and the end table. And in the morning, when I'm watching the news and drinking my coffee, I will pick up one of those weights and I will do various maneuvers and motions with that and lifting those weights. Of course, that's exercise, but don't call it that, because if you call it that, I don't like it. And so I, from very early on in this journey, was lifting weights. Now I do it on a pretty regular basis, not in any bodybuilding thing, but as an attempt to get strong. Because I spent so many years unable to walk, I had weak muscles and my joints are damaged from the years of inflammation from the rheumatoid arthritis. And so I have to be very, very careful in any kind of physical exertion because, the myth, no pain, no gain. Well, in my case, or people that have health issues, pain really is a warning signal. It's a warning sign for me to take it easy, to quit, or else I'm going to end up in a full-fledged flare. And that certainly is not something in my plan. Last, about a year and a half ago, as I was beginning to get out of my routine of the chair and beginning to gain mobility, I started to walk. And to me, that was just an incredible joy. It was a very, very long process. My muscles were weak. As I lost the weight, it became a little bit easier for my knees and my ankles and my joints to support my new size, but it took a really long time to go from the chair to the walker to the cane to be able to walk on my own. It was months and months and months of doing so. I remember the first day, the first time I walked to the mailbox. Now, my mailbox is probably only 50 or 60 yards from my front porch. And I remember the first time I walked to the mailbox without the cane. My goodness, you would have thought that I had walked 5 miles or ran a 5K. It was exuberant. It was awesome. It was liberating to be able to do that. But I tell you, I got to the mailbox, I turned around, and I came back, and I collapsed on the front step. Not passed out, but I was just exhausted. It was a lot of strain, and it was only 60 yards twice, 100 yards at most. But I did that for a couple of days. I walked to the mailbox, and then a few days later, I thought, well, if I could walk to the mailbox, I wonder if I could walk to my neighbor's mailbox. And so I pushed myself a little further, and I walked to the neighbor's mailbox and back. Well, when I got comfortable with that, I walked to the neighbor's driveway, and then to the next neighbor's driveway, then to the stop sign. And I remember the first time I walked to my friend's house. It's 4/10 of a mile. 4/10, I mean, that's nothing. And I walked, and I had to stop twice on the way. I had to stop and sit on a stump. I live in a wooded area, thank goodness. Sit on a stump on the side of the road. And then I walked a little bit further, and I stopped and sat on a neighbor's front porch. I had to rest twice to go 4/10. And when I got to his house, I was just elated. It was miraculous. It was a miracle. And it was only 4/10 of a mile. Of course, he had to bring me home because I was exhausted. My back hurt. My joints hurt. But I began to do that little by little by little until I could walk a mile or two, and now 3. But I don't call it exercise. I know it's exercise, but I don't call it that because I'm walking for other reasons. Of course, it's burning calories, but not a tremendous amount. But I'm walking to be social. I'm walking to strengthen my body. I'm walking to observe the nature around me. I'm walking to have time to reflect on my life and to just ponder things that are going on. So I love to walk. This summer, I got a bike, and you may have read or seen the pictures. I felt like a little kid, and I absolutely love that bike. Right now, I'm counting the days till the snow is gone and I can get back out on my bike. It's exercise, sure, but I don't call it that because it's just something that I do. It's something that I enjoy. And I got on that bike, and in the summer, it's customary for me to ride 5, 6, 7 miles a day. But it's just purely fun. And I love it and I enjoy it. I hope to continue to go a little bit further and a little bit further with the walking, with the biking. So I guess if you want to call it exercise, yes. But I've never been a part of a Zumba group. I've never done the aerobics class, although I used to teach water aerobics years and years ago in the swimming pool with a lot of ladies at Lake of the Pines. And, that was fun. But again, it was activity. And so I think in my mind, I have to convince myself that activity equals exercise and not call it that. So I can walk for 2.5 hours, easily spend 2.5 hours walking around the Salvation Army store or walking around a mall I can spend a half a day in and out of the car going up and down to garage sales. I can spend all day in my backyard um, weeding and planting and digging and being outside. I can do all sorts of things like that. And I call it living life. And sure, it's activity. So that's the kind of exercise that I've done and will continue to do. Will I ever get to the point where I'm going to jog? I don't think so. Will I ever get to a point where I'm going to try the elliptical? I'd like to say so because it's something new, but right now that's not a part of my routine. I'll go to the fitness center at my college because the weather has made it difficult to walk outside or to ride the bike. And I'll do that and I'll walk on the treadmill. Maybe I'll try something new. I don't know. But I don't like to sweat and I don't like to get all icky. I know, it's crazy. One thing I do recommend, though, and it's a habit that I've been into for a very long time, is little bursts of activity. I do squats every day, and so um, I already did 100 squats. It's only 6:30 in the morning. I've already did 100 squats today. I can't do them all at one time. I do 20 at a time. And every time I go to make a cup of coffee, I'll do 20 squats. Every time at work, when I go to the bathroom or to fill up my water bottle, I'll do 20 squats. No, not in the stall. I do 20 squats. Um, Throughout the day, I'll take the stairs instead of the elevator. I will walk the long way around to the bathroom. I eat a bowl of soup every day, and it takes 4 minutes for my soup to heat up. So when I put it in the microwave, it takes 4 minutes, and I'll take 4 minutes and I'll walk down to the hallway and back. And so the important thing is to find something that you love to do. If you're one of those exercise people, I hope that I get there someday. But in the meantime, find something that you love to do. Find activities that you enjoy doing and just do them. If you can't afford a gym, if you can't take an hour at a time to do it, just increase your physical activity. You'll get stronger, you'll get healthier. At some point, I hope to find out what all of this runner's high is all about and these endorphins are all about. I'm guessing it's very similar to the experiences I feel when I walked on the treadmill for the first time, or I walked 4/10 of a mile, or I rode my bike. Increase your activity, call it exercise if you want, but just find something that you love to do and stick with it. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.